This is Zetsu coming at you with another Cardfight area game. Today we've got Grand Blue, the Cocytus reverse build, slash break ride, and Nabutama with the new support from set 13. So in my opinion, I kind of think Nabutama's kind of like has a problem versus Grand Blue sometimes because of the fact that Grand Blue can call cards from their drop zone. So even if Nabutama retires any units or forces you to discard cards, you kind of just get them back from the graveyard pretty easily. The drop zone. So I'm not gonna no guard this one because I wanna see if I can get Cocytus reverse or doesn't really feel like guarding it. Anyway, it's a good choice too because I hit a draw trigger, so I get a draw, and if I want to, I can use the grade 3 searcher. So I'll attack with Vanguard. He no guards. And the problem with Nabutama is there's not a lot of support. Sure, they get support in set 13, but they don't get enough. Like there's still cards where like you can't really put anything really good into it. Like you can't play like 8 crits in it, so it needs like more critical triggers. I mean, it's not building the deck, not bad in the deck, but I like having 8 crits with that deck because you're forcing your opponent to discard, so you can also force your opponent to take more damage. So he binds my Rune Shade, my guard, Vanguard for no pass because I didn't want to lose Rune Shade because it's right now the only thing I have that mills my deck. Because Grand Blue is a pirate zombie deck. If you don't know, if you mills your deck so you can call units from the drop zone. And there's cards in here where you can superiorize your grade 3 if you get grade stuck, so that's pretty cool. So I damage check a Rune Shade. And I let the other one attack hit. You can't counterblast because I have 3 cards while he has 4, so he can't use its skill. Rune Shade goes to my hand, and I draw one. So I'll attack him in rear guard. He guards down. I mean, not his rear guard. I'll attack his rear guard. He lets on through, and I attack Vanguard. He no guards that one. What is this guy called again? Corrosion Dragon, Corrupt Dragon, yeah. Keep an eye on the Corrupt Dragons because they play a key part in Grand Blue decks. Really, the cards that, if they get called from the drop zone, really play a key because those are the main key components of the deck, pretty much. So I get a crit, put the power on Rune Shade. One thing I don't like about in Cardfight Era is that they don't count for Rune Shade's effect, so you have to put it manually. So he does get a critical trigger, but I already put power to Rune Shade, so that he's still gonna have to give me like a 10k guard, and I'll mill 2. I milled a heal and a crit, and I'm very happy about that because I'm trying to get the cards in the drop zone so I can go break ride. Well, he doesn't ride his break ride, he rides his regular card, and he's already at limit break, so he closes bear, bind Rune Shade, then he's gonna attack. And here I want to guard it because I don't want to lose any of the cards, and it's not too bad because the starter will go back to my hand, so that'll be a 10k shield to me. So yeah, I put it for 2. And I also guard with the card where I can bring him back to the field by retiring a grade 1 or higher and soul blasting 2, so that's not too bad. And you don't have to worry about really losing 1 because you ride, because from your grade 1 and 2 you can soul blast those cards and then you can use their effects to get them back onto the field, which is pretty cool. So he checks a break ride and a perfect guard. And at this point, I'll just let him hit me the limit break. Hopefully, draw a grade 3. Go break ride. And then I also like this guy. I think he comes on set 13. Yeah. Nope, set 2, I guess. Well, you counterblast 1, retire 1 of your grade 1s, put him there. So that way you can get rid of like your 6k new card, Wandering Ghoul, the girl with the umbrella. Because that way you call her for 1 turn and yeah, and then here he tries to make me retire my units because he doesn't realize that it has to boost the Vanguard to hit that Stardust, so that's why you can't go to other rear guards. It's pointless to play more than 2 unless you're playing against Eradicators or anything retire units. So yeah, so all the cards go back to my hand. I didn't draw a grade 3, so I just call Rune Shade. I call my critical to draw 1. I draw a Perfect Guard, which is pretty nice. Then I call another Caustic Dragon. No, Corrupt Dragon. Close enough. So I call that. I decided to not call anything else because if he binds 3, he's still gonna get the power. But kind of want to save the cards in my hand. Shave the cards, but save the cards. So I'll attack his rear guard again to get rid of that bear. So the bear only works when you call him to rear guard, so it's not that great. It's great when they call him, but after that he's just a basic 9k. So no guards, so I check 8k vanilla. And another one of those spirits. Because one thing bad about Nabutama is they can make your opponent lose hand advantage and field and retire the units, bind units, and with the starting skill and stuff like that. But again, they have trouble keeping a very big hand size. They don't really have that many of the greatest cards. I mean, they have some cool support stuff, but they just don't have the best. So I mill with Rune Shade, so I get another card where I Soul Blast 2, retire 1 grade 1 or higher, rear guard and call him to rear guard, so that's pretty cool. So he's going to limit break again. He does gain 10,000 because it's 3 units he's binding. I was hoping he'd attack first again or something, so that way I can intercept. That's fine. So I perfect guard this one because again I don't want to lose those units because there's an AK in there, my Rune Shade's there. And also I don't want him to get a crit on me because I'm already at 4 damage. I could have called my starter that I got back into my hand, but he's better in my hand as a 10k guard, really. So that way I can keep my hand low for Nabutama, or I can also have a 10k guard for helping me. No, that's kind of a negative effect of binding a unit and then goes back to the hands, because if they have the starter still, it's a 10k to the hands. And then you get to, this is one of the cards I was talking about that's interesting, this guy right here. If you call him the guard in circle and you have, your opponent can discard one by countless one, which is pretty cool. So then I'll 10k guard that, they go back to my hand, I draw a break ride, so I'm like, yeah. So I call both my caustics, I can call them. They get 5,000 for the break ride effect, and they get plus 3,000 each because of their effect. So it's really cool. So this is pretty much, this is game here. So yeah, this is Pirates, baby. Because the Vanguards can attack for 30. And this one here is going to attack for 25. Let me see, 17 plus 5. I mean 17 plus 8. Yeah, that's 25 for each of those sides, so that's pretty much heavy. So yeah, and then I also do another break card because those two will be retired, and I could just call them back again, do the same thing again next turn. So this will be Zetsui signing out. Remember to like the video, comment, and there's a giveaway going on. So remember to go enter that if you haven't already. And Pirates, baby. See ya.